Philippians 1:1-30. So, Paul prayed for the people that he think about. That their love will keep on growing more and more, together with true knowledge and perfect judgment, so that they would be able to choose what is best. And pretty much so that their lives will only be filled with truly good qualities, which only Jesus Christ can produce. He indicates that his relationship is very strong and very intimate with the Philippian church. They are always on his mind, or they're on his mind and in his heart, and he has deep feelings for them, and they bonded. So he expects that I did not get that Paul expected Christ's return from this passage, but if they say that, then it might be possibly true. So his expectation is that I didn't get that he expected Christ's return to come soon from this passage. I'm trying to think on what I'm missing, but I don't see it. And for verses 20 to 30, he just is pretty much torn between living for Christ or just asking to be taken out of this world, like dying. And like he knows that when he dies, he will be with Christ. So that's a better thing for him. But as he lives, he can continue to promote the gospel. He can continue to defend it. He can continue to preach the good news so that the church is built up and more people are saved. And that is a good work to him. That's the work that he said he has been prepared to do, and he has been it's what he thinks his life's purpose is, and which is true for all Christians, or should be true for all Christians. And so with that, he's kind of torn between these two desires. I think living is kind of tiresome, burdensome, because he has to face all these problems and afflictions and persecution, but then dying, as wanting to be with the Lord, is kind of a easy way out, and it's what he desire most. And I have the same kind of feeling about living and dying, and so I understand Paul. I think Paul's words have greatly influenced me in this regard, in that kind of thought process, ever since I was younger. And so I understand him, and I think it's just he's telling his heart. I don't think it was influenced by Paul's expected, or maybe there's an urgency to that. Maybe like if he, I think like all the apostles did have kind of like this, and the early church even did have this idea that Christ is returning very soon, and they were living in the last days. And that's kind of shown through the Bible. And that kind of urgency, that kind of like desire for everyone to be saved before Christ come back, kind of like motivated them to do a lot of work and to persevere in their persecution, and to like have a sense of urgency and push to promote the goodwill and not kind of like leave it to another person kind of like thing. And of course they saw what happened to Jesus. They saw the miracles, so that just made their faith stronger and their urgency and purpose more real and resolved. And so I think that's how it influenced